Hey everybody, it's episode 50, 100,000 subs. I've eaten them all. All right, enough yelling at everybody. Here's Paul. Hey Paul. Here's Paul. Hey Paul.
Hey.
Here's Sean. Hey Sean.
Hey.
How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Doing good.
Yeah.
Good. Welcome to the 100,000 subs special.
Yep, we're gonna hit it tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. You just got to reach out and grasp it.
Grab the brass ring.
That's right. Well, we are actually celebrating something else today. And that's and he's out in the chat. It's our buddy Cody at jennybits.com. So Cody's released his new Zero Flute Jenny bit, the O Jenny. So that's pretty awesome. Congratulations, Mr. Cody. My name did not win. That's okay though. It was a little. It didn't fit the criteria, but I still enjoyed it. So, but it's all good. And speaking of which, Jenny's the new O Jenny bit. Cody's been gracious enough to let us give one away this evening. So, you know how the games that we play with the hashtags, so better do them all. Usually I put out at least 3 hashtags, and one of them is the right one. So play along, and maybe you can win one of the brand new O Jennies. So very cool. I was talking a little bit with Cody today. There's some big stuff coming. It's pretty awesome. I got sneak peek. So very cool. Very cool. So anyway, let's get into everything that's been going on. Mr. Paul, what have you been up to, buddy? We missed you last week.
A whole heck of a lot. Just biding my time. We started out with good intentions, but no.
I hear you on that. That's all right though. But you did buy a clock.
I did buy a clock at Volunteers of America. It cost me all of $5, and the only reason I bought it is because it was cheaper than buying a clock mechanism.
There you go. Hey, whatever works.
That's right.
Exactly.
When it works, it works. Good times.
What do they call it? Repurposing?
Repurposing. Yeah. And the money goes to a good cause. So.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. And you got a friend. Then you'd have a frame for something else too.
Yeah, that's true. Of course, I haven't put a battery in it yet to see if it works. If it doesn't work, I can always give it back to him.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, Mr. Gatton's out there in the chat. He says, "Good deal. We have dual Pauls tonight." So, yep. Glad to have all of our Pauls in the house.
Yes, and he's the Mister.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm that hey you guy.
Paul, this is my brother Paul, my other brother Paul.
All right.
Yeah. Good times. All right. Well, what about you, Mr. Sean? What have you been up to this week?
A little bit of everything, right down to wanting to throw a computer through a window. Bathroom remodel. Trying to repair an older PC, which is kind of a challenge anymore because you can't find parts for the old stuff. And then, of course, the Fallout truck stop is still sitting here.
Nice.
But all the parts are done. Now it just has to go together.
Nice. That's all you can hope for.
Yeah.
After last week, all kinds of Fallout stuff was showing up in my YouTube feed.
Good stuff.
There's some interesting things going on out there. People are wild. What about you, Mr. Hammerquist? What have you been up to?
Oh, sanding sanding, fixing mistakes after painting, so sanding some more.
Oof.
Did get into some. Let's see here.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Got a Falcon mouse. I don't know if we can. There we go.
You've come over to the correct side. Yes.
Oh, this. So, or my brother. I don't know. Whoever loves me more. But it's hard to see. Let me see if I go back to the other camera. Right here,
Yeah.
it's indented, so it's not clicking. So we're having to reprint this part. But hey, it's a fun one. And then we got another dice tower.
Nice.
So got
Man,
some Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's what Sauron's tower or something like that.
Yeah. So it was 3 pieces, and
wow.
I don't think I'm going to finish it up.
It looks pretty cool just the way it is.
Yeah. You know, it's one of those, you can still see some of the gaps, but I like it. I don't know. I'll either give that one away or I'll give the one I designed away.
I like the top of that one. It keeps them from slamming the dice down into it.
Yeah. And it does have, so you can go the back or the front.
That's front.
And this one's already been broken off and then glued back on. So, but yeah, that's what I've been up to.
One does not simply print a dice tower. Good job, Mr. Matt. Good job. Well, good deal, man. That sounds like fun. It's been a crazy week on this end of the spectrum. I haven't gotten anything done. Well, actually, I did print something. But I'll show you that here in a few minutes as we start talking about some of these videos. But let me tell you a quick little story about this week. So last couple of weeks, I've been working on a ground mounted solar array, and it has been the bane of my existence. At one point, I was talking to the guy about my electrician, and I said, "Hey, I hope my old electrician that used to work with me, he retired and he's out of it." And I started working with this other electrician, and I was like, I just hope that he sticks with me until I'm ready to retire. And the homeowner goes, "When are you looking to retire?" I said, "Probably after the way this job's going, immediately afterwards." And it's been going that way the whole time. So we're hitting rock everywhere, or I'm hitting rock everywhere. And then I got to the point yesterday, when I was ready to put the solar panels on. It's nine panels. It's not but they're huge. I mean, they're really big solar panels. I mean, they're like I think they're 90 inches long. So I mean, they're monstrous solar panels, which is fine for doing a ground mount because you're not carrying them up a ladder and stuff. Anyway, 5 of the 9 are broken.
Oh.
Yeah. When they were originally delivered, there was one that was broken, and it was broken by the shippers. They had put something on top of it, and it was real obvious that they had done that. So the company, my shipper, sent me out an additional one. And when I pulled it off of the pallet on Thursday night, stacking it onto the trailer with the other ones, it was broken. The back glass was broken. You couldn't tell that because it was still strapped to the pallet. So I don't know if somebody said something on it or what, but it being so big, it's turning out to be its detriment because it's a lot more fragile than what most of them are. I can stand on them usually. I mean, and I'm a big dude. I can stand on these things and they won't break. So that there's glass breaking on these things is really, really mesmerizing. So yeah, this job, I'm way not making any money. I'm paying to put this thing up at this point, and it is painful. I found a distributor that had some yesterday, and so like I said, I need five or six, whatever it was. I had to order 10. You couldn't order any less than 10. So multiple, I had to buy like a whole bunch extra of what I don't need, but I have to get it done. So it's been some time. So I'm ecstatic about spending my evening with you guys because this is nice. So I appreciate you guys being here and everybody being out in the chat.
So Ryan, are you getting 4 or 5 panels for your house?
Well, that's what they're going to end up doing if they survive. Who knows if they're even going to survive? I've never had panels break when I stacked them onto the trailer, and they were fine, except for the one that I knew was broken. And I was like, well, it's the back glass. It's no big deal. I told the homeowner about it as soon as I got there. I was like, look, the one's broken, but we'll get through the inspection. The company, somebody will send me one. We'll be fine. And then I started taking them off, and it's like, oh, that one's broken. Oh, that one's broken too. Oh no, it was bad. It was so horrible. Oh, it was. In 15 years that I've been doing solar, I've only ever had one other panel being broken like that, and it was a shipping problem. Back, and that was 15 years ago. So in this whole time, I haven't had any. And in one day I had 6 or 5 or 6, whatever it was. So yeah, so it was, I was distraught.
Does that whole panel have one piece of glass on the whole panel, or is it
well, this particular panel actually has 2 pieces of glass. It's called a bifacial panel because it gets, you can get reflected sunlight from underneath of it too. So it's just kind of crazy, but whatever. I'm just glad you guys are all here and I can spend some time with you all and be happy. So, but good times. All right, moving on. So yeah, I haven't really done a whole lot around here this week because that has just been horrible. Well, before we keep running here, since Cody is the tonight's show sponsor, giving away one of the Jenny Zero Flute bits. Everybody throw in there Cody Rocks. I'd appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much. Cody Rocks. And we'll start talking about our first video here. So this is a new channel. Here, let me split us up here that way so we can all see still. And all right, now we're getting rid of that. This channel is, I was told about it from, I like watching John Hines, and last 2 weeks ago or something like that, he mentioned this channel. We'd only had one video on it at that point, and now it has another one. But this is 3D OCD. And so he made there's a knife that's on Kickstarter, I guess, a maker knife, and it did really well, I guess. I didn't see it on there, but he made a 3D printed version of it, and as you can see, he gave free STLs on it. So that's what I did this week. I printed one out.
Nice.
So yeah, so it was a good video. He talks about the designing it, how to put it together, and all that good stuff. The file for this is on Cults. It's a free file. Usually, there's a lot of stuff on Cults that's not free, but this one is. And let me blow that off here for a second and blow myself up here. There we go, so everybody can see it. So printed had a little bit of a print issue back here, but that's all right. So it's 3 pieces. Well, altogether the file is 6 pieces. So it's the front, the back, This the sliding mechanism part that's in the middle, which is actually two pieces, and there's a second one of that middle piece. I don't understand why he had a second one of these, but there's a change here. Let me see if I can pop this thing out real quick. I'll see if I can. Yeah, you might be able to see it. But where the blade, there you go. You can see the blade where the blade is right here. That's the part that is different on there. So you see what I mean? How it's got that, it doesn't have that open spot for the blade right here. That's the only difference that I could see in it. So I don't know really what the difference of them were. But in Bamboo Studio, I just put a light green stripe through the middle of it. And it's a cool little knife. So this little guy here just fits. Cutting yourself and throwing knives all over the place. It just slips right in there like that, and then you just push down a little bit, and then it'll slide back. So, but I have monstrous hands, of course, because I'm a giant of a person, and it fits really nice in as a grip. So, it's pretty cool. I would recommend going to print it out. Oh yeah, there Sean's got it showing there with the pieces in there. So what, 6, maybe 7 pieces, I think, altogether. Yeah, whatever, something like that. But it turned out pretty cool. I dig it. I'm going to use it and see what happens. But cool stuff. So, by the way, if you want to watch any of these videos, I try to remind everybody, all the links are in the description to the video. They're just links to the specific video. So it's not like it's an affiliate link or anything. It's a YouTube link. So go check them out and let them know that you got sent there from here. Appreciate it. Next one, we'll go to this one I saw for and immediately thought of Mr. Matt Haas. This is from 3D Printing. It's a fidget piano. So those that don't know, Mr. Matt Haas has been spending some time learning the piano, and which I am envious of, because I don't think I would have that patience to do that. But I guess he was working on a clicky mechanism for a puzzle. This guy makes a lot of puzzles, 3D printed puzzles and stuff. So if you see underneath over here, there's that little, I guess it's one of the piano keys there underneath, but it's a mechanism for a puzzle, I guess, really is what he was designing it for. It has 2 air sections for magnets to go in it. So there's and so that it kind of clicks and resets itself. So I guess he thought it was kind of cool and made it into a piano. So I thought that was pretty sweet. Yeah, pretty fun.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny when he's like, at the end with the breadboard, he's like, let's add some music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of got to at that point, It's,
yeah.
You're making a piano. It's got to make some noise. So, but I thought it was kind of cool. Like, he made it look like a stand-up piano.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's neat. Print it out. Do it, buddy. So, but the mechanisms that he comes up with is pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Definitely enjoyed it. Let me check back here real quick. Has a Matt saying that it has a Giaco. I don't know. I can't say it. 5. But anyway, let's see here. There you go. Roger's asking Sean if you wouldn't mind telling us where you got the Vault-Tec file.
If it's this one here, the
Yeah.
Industries, that one I actually just did a Vault Tech search, and you can find pictures all over the place. Pretty much, I went in and drew it up, and it's not that hard actually.
Sweet.
You should be able to also find DXF and SVG files for it too out there.
I lost where I was at. There you go. Cool deal.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah, and just trace it up.
There was another question.
Yep, I see it here from JR. Anybody with a CO2 laser that uses one of those carbon filtration doodads supposedly scrubs the exhaust air from the laser? If so, what are your thoughts on it? I haven't used one, but I've seen a lot of people that do, and I think they're they work evidently.
I'd say depends upon what you're gonna or where you're at, what you're gonna use it for. When I did shows like craft shows, gun shows, miscellaneous shows, and when you're like doing a wood stock, you still need to filter it one way. So I designed it's like a HEPA filter with charcoal, and it cleaned the air pretty good. So if you're in an enclosed area, if you're go out doing shows or something, I recommend it. It worked pretty good.
Cool.
They're not cheap if you buy the larger units, the larger air cleaners, but it's kind of worth it.
So you're saying someone needs to make a 3D model file?
Yeah.
With the common filter from Amazon?
Oh, there you go. But actually, one of the easiest filters to use is the ones that you see these hydroponic growers use, and they put them in line with their vents, and they're a cylinder probably about 12-inch diameter.
Yeah.
Up to 3 foot long. Those work really good too on scrubbing the air, as far as taking the smell out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, there you go, JR. Hopefully that helps you out a little bit, buddy. Troy's feeling my pain. Hashtag broken panels. Very cool. Let's see here. He's got a huge space between E flat and G flat. Okay. I don't know what that means. Yep. There you go. All right. Back to work here. We'll split everybody back out there. So Mr. Hamilton's been killing it. He's been putting out a video every week for all year so far, and I saw this thumbnail, and it's like, dude, you're totally looking like Tiger King. Like, this is gonna have to stop, buddy. But it was a good video, though. He totally messes up his cutting board that he had done several years ago, but at the end of the video, it's kind of funny because he like shows clips from making it and just how he's grown as a YouTuber and stuff like that. It's pretty good. Yeah, look at young Ham. No, but pretty awesome. That part of the video, he's like, this one's getting sent out to somebody else, and this one's $300. Evidently, he didn't sell it to anybody because he still has it. But yeah, I could see how that would take forever. One of those chaos boards. But good old Hampton threw started. You tried to use his sanding or CNC as a sander, and I guess it kind of messed up his cutting board too. Put too much heat into it and stuff. But there it goes. Trying to get it right, but I guess he put a little too much heat in it. But pretty awesome. Good thoughts and ideas. I'm sure there's ways to do it. I think
that's actually a slick idea, even if it did fail. I would have never thought of doing that.
Yeah.
If he didn't have any finish on it, that had soaked down into the end grain, it might have worked better. But
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
a
you wouldn't
slick
have to go
idea.
so aggressive at it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, pretty awesome. Too funny though. Too funny.
I like the kind of that Japanese theory. I forget. Even he forgot. There I go. You know, when something's broken and highlighting the cracks and everything, the way he was to hold it together, I was like, that was good. Instead of just trying to make it, look perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Blending it all in.
Yeah.
Pretty cool though. It's a good looking board. I like the chaos looking cutting board on that. So, but yeah, too funny. His juice groove got all out of whack. I mean, oh well, they can't all be winners.
That was a good idea he had too about using a large washer head screw in on an angle to hold that thing down.
Yeah. Yeah, he's killing it. He's doing a really great job. I the mystery files that he's doing too is one of the guys from CNC with me is making files for him, just a random mystery thing that he doesn't know about and sends it over. And Hamilton just does whatever he tells it to do. So it's pretty cool. And this shot in particular, I really want to compliment Hamilton on this shot. And I'm totally going to steal it at some point here. I love this chalkboard design thing, like the overhead thing, and he's got arrows and pointing to stuff and all that. I think it looks really cool. I really like that. So he's done that on the last couple ones, and I think it's a pretty good setup. Yeah, looks good. So good job, Mr. Hamilton, Mr. Tiger King. So too funny. All right. Well, moving on then. We have laser nug. I don't know what laser nug's supposed to mean. Is it supposed to be like short for new guy or something like that? I'm not really sure. I'm sure there's a reason for it, but hey, people in comments sometimes are the funniest things you've ever seen in your life. Because the highest comment that I saw right after I watched this video, guy's like, "Why would you do this? Just order the boxes with the stuff on it. I've been doing laser stuff for 30 years, and I sold hundreds of thousands of blah 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 blah." And but that's like completely missing the point of what the video was about. He even says it like in the video. He's like, "Look, yeah, to do that is expensive to buy boxes that are pre-labeled and all that stuff, but you want to look, professional." So he's like, here's a way you can do it until you grow your business. And it was he did some testing and stuff like that. I guess he's running off of a Thunder laser bolt, and he gives you the settings that he was using for that and stuff like that. But I like the thought of branding the boxes like that. It's pretty. It makes sense for a laser guy to be lasering boxes. So, yeah. So it pretty cool. I enjoyed it. The guy in the comment just killed me. What are you gonna say, Paul?
Oh, I was like, I looked at boxes and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, you have to order 500 to like that if you want custom stuff on it. I barely have enough room as it is.
Yeah,
I don't have room for 500 boxes, to.
Well, and if you're just starting out too, you don't know how things are going to go. Like if you got to buy 500 boxes and then the product ends up not selling, you're stuck with 500 boxes just sitting around.
Yeah,
have a logo or something of something that's might not be around.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it made sense to me.
Yeah.
of why you would want to do this. And
the other thing is when he's engraving that, or just that is not easy, because every time I try it, I'm cutting through into the corrugated.
yeah, you got to be really light from what what he was doing.
And he's not getting you can kind of tell just a little bit of that hazing and the smoke coming through. But I mean, I think he did a good job in getting that to the way it turned out.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty cool. Definitely enjoy it. So yeah, that guy in the comments just killed me the whole time. I just made me shrug. So, but all right, well, cool. Yeah, that good one though. Good video on it, and not even just branding boxes though. Like you can use cardboard for projects and art. Like there's really cool stuff that you could do, like doing layered cardboard and with lasering the different layers and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity out there. So
Let's see.
I was gonna say, Paul, didn't you just do something not too long ago?
Yeah, that Enterprise.
Yeah,
that's all cardboard layered.
But you could have, lasered on the windows and stuff like that on the different layers and stuff like that using that type of a process.
I just used some cardboard to mock up a building for a G-scale layout.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool because you can cut it out. It doesn't cost anything. Go set it out there, and if it fits, it works. If not, you didn't waste anything.
There you go. There you go. So anyway, Laser Nug did a good job. I good process on it.
Yeah.
So, moving on here then to my 3D print lab. Doing useful signs. I enjoyed this one. I from the thumbnail, I thought he was going to do like street signs or something, but it was a sign for like dropping your Amazon stuff off at your house or whatever. And but he goes through how he does it, and he did in Fusion 360, I would think. And dive into Fusion 360. Yeah. So and created it, and I kind of learned something with the way that he was doing it in Fusion 360, the way, because he was bringing the different levels up for the multicolored sign and stuff like that. And I thought that was a pretty, I didn't think about how to do that. Like when I was printing out this knife, I'm splitting the layer here in the slicer and all that, but if this would have been something that I had designed, I could have done it the way that he did in Fusion 360 and cut it up or did different layers at different objects or something like that. So good information, good useful info. We lost Sean, it looks like, for a minute. All right, moving on then. We got PDX CNC. While we're talking about CNCs, let's just remember Cody gives 0 flutes. It's good times. Cody gives 0 flutes. That's not an O, that's a 0. So just as a word to the wise. Oh, yeah, I'll leave it up there. I'll cover up Paul there for a second. Paul can look like Mr. Wilson. There you go. So Portland CNC. I enjoyed this video. This is a good explanation of good tips for cutting plywood. I guess his business is doing like cabinets. He CNCs cabinets out of plywood and does all kinds of stuff with that. So the bits he's usually using, like, from what it sounds like, more of like a 3/8 or 1/2 inch size bits, so that he's going through 3/4 inch wood at one pass. I mean, He's going after it with that big CNC. But the explanation of climb cutting and conventional cutting, compression bits, all that good stuff. It's a very good explanation of the differences and why you would use them here and there and all that good stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. He's got a really neat setup, and it looks like he goes through a metric ton of plywood. Jeez. It sounds like the business is pretty successful, but yeah, look at that 3/8 inch compression bit. Man, it'd be nice if Cody had a 3/8 compression bit.
Oh, I bet give him time.
Yeah, at some point, maybe he'll do that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It was definitely worth the educational side of things to go check that out. So go check her out. All right, moving on then. Teaching tech. This dude's awesome. I like this guy so much. He's the guy's down under. Will have to remind me if he's in. I don't think he's Australian. I think he's from New Zealand, or maybe I'm completely wrong. He's from somewhere else. I can't remember. He's over there somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah. So it's yeah, but if you remember a few months ago, the Prusa came out with their big 5 tool changer giant 3D printer, and it's pretty awesome. Well, at first it wasn't awesome. It looks like they get all the kinks knocked out of it now, and it's working well. But when it first came out, it wasn't super hot. And then there's been somebody else that kind of took that theory of let's make a 5 tool changer to a Voron machine. And so I forget his name, Teaching Tech's idea was, why don't we do this to the Solvol SV08, which is a new printer that's come out recently, and it's supposed to be based on the Voron architecture. And so that's what this first video is about. It's talking about kind of how they're going about it. He's upgrading the electronics in it, and all that to be able to handle heating 5 tool heads instead of 1. So it'll be a pretty cool little series to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed when I first watched it because I didn't see the part 1.
Oh,
I was like, the way it is, I'm like, where's the rest? There's supposed to be more. I want more.
Yeah. It was just like, oh man, this is gonna be cool to see it go. So, but and the price comparison was massive. Like the cost savings that you could have from buying the SV08 and doing the additional tool changers and all that stuff. Here, let me. Yeah, you got it on your screen there, Sean. I mean, it's the 5-head tool changer from Prusa is like, it was like $3,900 or something like that before the shipping and the duty and everything else. And the SV08 was like $600. So yeah, that was a massive savings. If he can get this thing to work, it'd be pretty sweet. So hopefully he does a really good job on his video. So I know when I first started getting into 3D printing, I watched all of his videos. I watch them all the time anyway, but they his in particular drew me in. So good times. All right, moving on. CNC stuff here. Ugly Dog Wood Shop. I like that. He's got a cool logo. I like the logo. It's got a bulldog. Dogs are cool. You gotta love dogs. Yeah, so he has a Onefinity, and he's added a vertical table to it. So you cut stuff vertically. What would you use a vertical table for besides doing like I would use it for doing like dovetails.
Yeah.
What else would you use a vertical table
Mortise
like
and tendons.
Oh yeah, you could do mortise and tendons. So I guess I guess you'd be doing more joinery type stuff on it
Yeah.
than anything else. Yeah, if you do that type stuff, it's the easy way to do it. Get it all set up and get it going. I guess he's also set up for a rotary and stuff like that on this on that section of his board. And so if you want that, he was saying in the video that he has a Patreon thing, and you can get I think he said it's like $9 a month or something like that. You can either you can get that file for this table if you wanted it for I don't know,
$9,
like $3 or $5, yeah. Or if you joined his Patreon, you get access to all of the things that he has listed on there for $9 or something like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. So if you're interested in those types of things, go join it for a month. Get all of his stuff down and do what you want to do after that.
It's $5.
A couple months.
Yeah. So it's a good looking table though. I like the thoughts and designs on it. He's got the lines carved into it for the angles, different angles, so you can have the front and back ones going at the same angles and stuff. You don't have to think about it. They're already there. So
that's up my alley.
Yeah. It looks really well done. So except for he had the top holes on there on his table were running into something, and you couldn't use them with the F clamps, but the other ones you could. So.
All right, I want to show everyone a really cool trick that I learned in YouTube real quick.
Oh, okay, here you go.
Because you were asking like how much it cost, and if you're ever in a YouTube video, go down.
Hold on, I'm blowing you up here. Hold on a second.
Okay.
All right, now we go.
All right, so go into the description, go down to show transcript.
Yeah.
And see here, it'll give you the full deal, and all I had to type in was file, and then it automatically takes you to that part of the video.
Oh wow.
And and here's that. This is Giaco from earlier.
Oh, okay.
So, but there you go. Just a little cool trick. I've been using that a lot.
Sweet. That's a good idea. We're learning something new. Learning new stuff there, sir. I'm just going to leave it on you just by yourself and just make it really uncomfortable. Yeah. Just keep at it. There you go. All right. Yeah. Next one I wanted to just blow up and show everybody. I thought this was a cool video. Is from Vez 3D. It's just making a planter, and he doesn't say anything in the video or nothing. It's just watching it print. But it was just cool. Like the settings that he uses go by on the side of the screen or whatever for a couple seconds. But I just thought it was a cool planner. He uses in the slicers, you can do something called fuzzy skin, which introduces a little bit of noise to the nozzle, and so it'll kind of vibrate as it's going a little bit. And that's I thought it made it look like the brown part made it look like it was a cantaloupe. I thought that looked kind of cool. Yeah.
Oh.
But you can really
a 1 millimeter nozzle. Wow.
Yeah. So he's using a huge nozzle, so the lines are really pronounced. But with the fuzzy skin, it all kind of it blends itself together. I thought, and it was a really cool concept with that. So yeah, and when he did the bottom part of the vase, the black part, he's using a regular 0.4 and then doing like a 0.2 layer height, so it's real nice and smooth and all that. So it's a nice contrast to the cantaloupe part. And his printer, I didn't have time to watch any more of his videos, but his printer really intrigues me. Like the gantry thing that he's got, like a truss style gantry on it and all that. And I don't know what he's running, but it's pretty cool looking. Yeah, you can see it right there. Look at that. It's a Core XY with a crazy gantry.
Looks like an erector set.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
cool.
I bet you that thing can move. It's a pretty sweet setup. So very cool. I think I could watch that stuff all day. All right. Moving on then, we'll go to Mr. Wesley Treat. Wesley had a good video. I like this one because he even says it in there. I guess he was getting a little burnt on working on the tornado sculpture that from a few weeks ago, and so he just wanted to screw around for a little bit and play with something else and make some weird projects. But he does bring up a good point in it. I thought about like how everybody you see doing something with a rotary on lasers, everybody's doing tumblers. It's like you don't see people doing other stuff. So he was doing other stuff with a rotary and a laser. And so he went to IKEA, bought a bunch of crap at IKEA, and was lasering it. Except for the rock, the Apple Pebble that he has there. I think he said it was for sale for $150 or something like that.
$139.99.
The Apple Pebble.
The other rock he did to make it look like open, close.
Oh yeah,
it had arrows.
Yeah, just messing with people.
He's like, I'm gonna go put this in someone's garden. That came out nice.
The eyeglass holder, the IPA. Yeah, he used a tumbler for doing IPA, and then he found cuts that he had from storing it in there. He just showed the value of sometimes it's fun to just mess around and not have to do anything with a real project. So, I would enjoy spending time with that man and hearing things that go on in his brain. I think it would be pretty interesting.
The orange.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You cut open an orange with it.
And the apple.
Yeah. He peeled an apple. That did not look tasty.
No.
It was like dried it out.
Wow.
Yeah. But kind of cool.
Oh, and the end. You got to show the end, because that was no, thank you. The beer and donut.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Oh, and then he ends the video like, "Oh, it's great," and then it's like the cut take, and he's like, "Oh my god."
The donut. Did you see what he engraved on the donut?
The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, the Lord of the Rings. I thought that was pretty funny. What else I thought was really funny because he was just like, "Oh, that's so gross to eat that." A local place here that does donuts, like they do huge. I mean, the donuts are like this big around. I mean, they're monstrous donuts. They're now going to be. Oh, there he goes. They're doing breakfast donuts now, which I mean, it sounds breakfast sandwich donuts. And I'm like, that just doesn't sound good. Putting like an egg and ham or cheese in the middle of a donut. no thanks. I'll pass on that one. I'll eat them separately, but not that together.
I'd try it. I mean, depending upon the donut.
Their donuts are excellent. Like they're oh my gosh, they are so good, and they're huge. Like you eat half of one at a time, and half of one is more than you should be eating.
A PD's dream, huh?
Oh yeah.
Diabetes.
Yeah. You standing in line, you get diabetes. I mean, yeah. So, all right, moving on then. This one, it was in the notes for last week, but for some reason the thumbnail didn't show up. It was for Spicer Designs. Kyle, he's a funny guy. I enjoy his videos. But he's had a 60-watt Monport laser, which is the same one that I have here. And then he recently got a 100-watt one, so he was kind of doing a comparison of the two. Same bed size and everything. It's just with the 100-watt, you got the tube sticking out the side and stuff like that. But he was doing showing a little bit more of the testing of what the difference between using a 60-watt and a 100-watt is. Because the 100-watt is so much more powerful. It's almost twice as powerful. So, it was interesting. And also me thinking about him having to move the hose back and forth. He's he needs one of these. But I think he's only keeping one of the lasers, so it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal for him. But anyway, yeah, but he cuts laser stuff or leather and stuff like that, and making patches. He does a lot of what got me onto his channel to begin with was it was a tractor that he had bought. I was interested in a tractor that he bought. And then, but then he also starts showing, doing stuff with lasers, and he has a CNC plasma table that he does a lot of sign making with and stuff like that. And the plasma table is really cool. I dig it. But yeah, pretty awesome. Good times, but yeah, it's a good video. Check it out. All right. Moving on then. So the Micronics, I think is the name of it. There's a new Kickstarter out there, and there's a link to it in the description if you want to go check it out. And Paul, maybe you can go check that out and let us know what they're at now, because this is going to be an interesting Kickstarter and product. So the first video I saw about this one was this one from our well, he's not our friend, but we'll just call him our friend. It's Joel Telling, the 3D printing nerd. Micronics, they're launching a new desktop SLS printer. So a SLS 3D printer is different than like the bamboo-y things like this or resin printers. This one uses a powder, and then it lasers the powder in that area for each layer, and then it puts a little more powder down, lasers it again, and builds it up that way. And what this video and the other videos that I watched on this thing, what a pain in the ass the SLS printing is. I personally want nothing to do with it. It looks like such a hassle. Sean, with your printing stuff there, with the resin stuff, that looks like a pain in the ass too. And I kind of want to mess with it. Yeah, I kind of want to mess with it, but not really. Just because it looks like it's such a hassle. You got to wash stuff. You got to do that. All that. You got resin everywhere.
Yeah.
This SLS stuff is like a whole other level of disaster.
A mess.
Yeah, look at that. See that cake that's on top there, that big gray thing? That is all just this powder, and all the parts are like in that, and you have to put it into this other thing and then shake it out, and you got to wear a respirator because it's super fine particles of stuff. The nylon, it's like a nylon sand or something like that. But pretty cool. Make some neat stuff. Looks like it's way too much of a pain in the butt for me to want to deal with.
I like the concept of it.
Yeah, the concept's really cool. And we'll swing back to talking about Joel's experience here. Some of the things that he says towards the end, because there was also a Short Circuit, which is
LTT's sister or brother channel. So
okay, yeah. So it's Linus from Linus Tech Channel, he sounded like he had a pretty decent experience with his. But it's still, there were some problems. They're like all the bins that they're showing and stuff, they're all 3D printed, and like none of them got to any of the reviewers in one piece. Like they were all, everybody was talking about their crack, they had cracked stuff was broken, all that. So there's some definite stuff that needs to happen for this, and to be finalized, I guess, for a product. But it's pretty wild.
But what I would say the difference with them compared to everyone else, is that they have SLS printers there at their labs.
Yeah.
So they're way more familiar with it. I mean, they have the one where, you do the printing and then you have to put it in the chamber and cook it, bake it, so I don't know if that played any part. And they were just like, oh yeah, this is kind of, they knew how to work through some of these issues. Maybe, I don't know. That could have been something else I was thinking about.
It could then, yeah. Because then when you get to Stranger Parts, this video is kind of painful to watch. I mean, you feel so bad because like the beginning of the video, he is so amped up about getting this machine and getting it going, and then at one point they're like, "Yeah, you need to hit it with a hammer." It's like, what? yeah, hit it with a hammer. Yep. So he's smacking it, and then he's like on the phone with the people for a while. All this other stuff, and so the Kickstarter, I think, went live like a day or two ago at this point. I hope it does well, because it's pretty cool bringing something like, it has the potential to be like Bamboo for SLS printing. It has that potential, but it sounds like this guy was telling them, look, you need to push this Kickstarter back because you're not ready for that. And they're like, nope. Well, it sounded like they were saying that they were running out of money and that they needed to get the capital from the Kickstarter to keep going and to fix this, which is not a good business move. Not at all. But Paul, did you look up how much they've made or how much has come in? I looked yesterday and I was astonished.
1.3 million.
Oh
Wow.
They had $100,000 goal, and now they're at $1.3 million.
But wouldn't that scare you? If they're saying if you heard they were having money issue, would you spend that? Because that's averaging out. If you take that, that 1.3, that's averaging out to $3,436 per person. Would you take that risk if you knew a company was having financial issues?
No. And there's some of them in there, like in the rewards, they have like, you can buy one, and then they have one of the rewards, it's $10,000, and where you get 3 of them. And there's no way that I would do that.
By that time, just buy an industrial one.
Right, well, yeah, one that's already been proven to work. I would, instead of 3 of this unproven one. Yeah, I mean, I hope they do well. I mean, I hope they figure it out. But they're trying to deliver in the next 8 months, and all these machines that they have are hand built so far.
Yeah. I mean, the prints look cool. You know.
Yeah.
And no supports or anything.
Yeah, but even that's where I was going to go back to what Joel was saying, because I think Joel, you can kind of tell when some of these guys run into more issues than what they say that they have, and you can tell Joel tries to be polite. He seems like he really wants to be nice, but him at the end of his video, he's like, so if you want to back it like you're setting money on fire. And he says it like 3 times, like, look, if you really want this thing and you can set $3,000 on fire, and then back the Kickstarter.
But it's hassle-free operation. It said so on their Kickstarter.
That does not look hassle-free.
Oh no, you got to. Yeah, that's the other thing with the SLS printing is that you got to put it in a sandblaster afterwards and blast all the remaining stuff off of it. That's what I was saying. I mean, between all the prep stuff and SLS printing, I have zero interest in. Like, if I were to go somewhere where they had it and I could watch like how it does, it would really interest me to do it. I don't want that sitting here. Like that just, I would never use it.
All right. So let's see if our friend, his is not on here. So Short Circuit made it. I didn't see this one, but
I saw that one pop up, but I didn't watch that one because after watching 3 of them, I was just like, oof.
Seems like one's missing.
Yeah. But I felt so bad for the Stranger Parts guy because he really was excited about it, and then by the end of the video, he's like, this thing's just not ready. Like, and he makes some good points about it too. He's like, when you're going to Kickstarter, you should have something that is ready to go. Like you're down to the manufacturing part. Like it doesn't seem like they've had they don't have their machine worked out yet. Like, I don't know. Oof. I hope they do good though. I hope they can deliver, because I mean, for the people that can use the SLS printing, having a desktop unit that isn't $10,000 is really beneficial.
Yeah, if you're into high-end prototyping, I can see it.
Yeah.
And isn't it like, I don't even think it's 10, it's 15 to 20, I thought, for most of those SLS printers.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Yeah. No, we're in the tens of thousands, so
Yeah.
Way more than I would ever want to spend on one of these little machines. I was looking at a tractor or lawnmower, because I'm getting tired of mowing my yard with this little 50-inch wide mower, because I mow 4.5 acres of ground, and it takes me forever. So I was looking at a 72-inch wide mower. I actually went today and looked at one. It's $15,000. I'm not spending $15,000 on a lawnmower. It's like, no, I can't do that. I would love to, but I'm not spending 15 grand on a lawnmower. I wouldn't spend that much money on. In the build area on these SLS printers is not big either. So I mean, I think you really got to have a good use case for it. But I hope they do well.
Yeah, you got to admit, in its own way, it is kind of cool.
Oh, it's very cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool the way that it works and what it does and everything. And like I said, I hope they hope they do good. That it just doesn't look like this product's ready to go.
Yeah,
And,
that's it. Oh,
and it's wild. So we were talking a month or two ago about that Versapod thing, and that didn't fund anything, and that was like, it was a ready to go product. Don't know whatever happened to it. But then you see something like this machine where it's obviously not ready to be in production. Like they probably have, I don't know, another 6-8 months of just prototype work to get it to work reliably, and they're got up $1.3 million in 2 days. It's wild what happens, what catches and what doesn't. But,
would you say that shipping is also something they need to look at?
oh yeah,
Like,
I mean, every bit of it. That it seems like they didn't build their containers properly to begin with. Like, if they were breaking and shipping, they weren't ready to be built at all. Like they're not strong enough for anything.
yeah.
And
who's the channel we watch where they did the coffee drip and everything? Building. He talks a lot about building better support structures. Oh, I'm trying to remember his channel. They should watch his for that sifter thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
3D. Yeah.
Slant 3D. Yeah.
Yep.
Because, like you said, every one of them was broken.
Yeah. Every reviewer got those things they were broken. And that, if they can't get that right, if they can't get the container to hold the sifting, the material in right and be able to get it to somebody, I have doubts that, like Joel said, I think you're setting your money on fire. So, anyway,
Apparently, there's a lot of people that can.
300 and something people that are already backing it, but craziness, crazy. Good luck to them. I hope they. We'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. Anything that pops up over the Kickstarter itself has another 28 days left on it.
Oh, wow.
So we'll keep an eye on it to see what happens with it. But pretty wild. You need a Yarbo to mow your lawn. I don't know what a Yarbo is. I guess it's a brand. Is that a brand?
I think it's one of those Yeah, it's one of those.
One of the robot ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those things that would never last in my yard.
You need an army of them.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'll look it up though, Wade. I definitely will. Yeah, pretty crazy. I was looking at a bad boy mowers. They're built in the U.S. Two, they're it would die in the dog poop. Yeah, you sure would. They're built in the U.S. and the decks, the deck material that they use on their mowers is 1/4-inch steel plate. The mowing deck of a 72-inch bad boy mower probably weighs 500 pounds. But yeah. Anyhow, so the video I had for now for something different. I didn't have time to get the thumbnail for it, but it is a channel called From Scratch, and this kid, I call him a kid. I don't know how old he is. He looks like a kid. He built a foosball robot to play against him.
Yeah.
And the robot, like the mechanisms that he was making to build this thing was pretty wild. It would fire the ball. You never even see the ball. Like it would beat the tar out of it. It wouldn't even be fun to play it because you'd never win against this thing. There's like cameras, being able to watch the ball. There's motors that will move the players back and forth. It can pass to itself, and it knows where it can see obviously your players on your side, so it will pass through them and shoot. And I mean, it looks insanity. I don't think it would be. Foosball's fun. That thing does not look like fun to play against. Yeah, pretty nutty.
It is crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like the way he shows like some shots of it, like firing a shot, and you don't see the ball. Like it hits it so far hard and so fast that you just don't even see it. The camera doesn't even pick it up. It's wild. All you hear is it hit the back of the goal. So
my question is, if you have it play itself, so you put one on the other side, machine versus machine, what would happen?
That would be cool. Maybe that's what he needs to do next, and just have it. I mean, it would probably fire the ball outside of the thing, fighting each other.
Through it.
That'd be
through it.
Yeah, pretty nuts. But yeah, pretty cool video though. Check it out. It's pretty funny because he's like, "Oh, I only have to build this thing one time," and then it's a few minutes later. It's okay. I only have to build it one time, and then it's the running theme through the thing. So it's pretty wild. Definitely cool and fun. Check it out. The only other thing I wanted to bring up was there was actually a second one, a Bourbon Moth. They released a video today of the Bourbon Blade. Did you guys, anybody get a chance to see that?
No.
Yeah.
This is pretty sweet. I didn't like the price, but I get it. And it's a pretty cool knife. So he built a knife to be a chisel, or chisel to be a knife. And so it's typical style of knife, but when you flip it out, this part here is a chisel, and it has a blade on it like a regular knife does, but it's got a flat end so that it's a chisel as well. So it's pretty wild. Really nice. I mean, super high quality. I
can think of so many ways I could cut myself really bad with that thing.
Yeah, right. Well, he thought of a lot of stuff. I guess there's a guy that's in, I don't know if he's a YouTuber or not, but it sounded like it. But he's like in Denmark or whatever. And he's a big knife maker, and he's he is actually producing them for Bourbon Moth and Jonathan Katz-Moses, who was also in on it. You can actually like hammer against the end of it, and the locking mechanisms that they used for it are, won't release. There's a ton of cool engineering and thought that went into it to build that thing. And
I just saw the price.
Yeah. I mean, it's an expensive knife, but
what was the price on it?
It's $150.
Well, that ain't too bad.
Yeah.
Well, it is an expensive knife, but not bad.
Yeah, no. For a good quality knife, it's not bad, but I mean,
$160 for pre-sale.
Yeah.
$200 afterwards.
Yeah. I'm a guy that likes this one will work just fine for me. I'm cheap.
Well, the cool part, you made it yourself.
Oh yeah. But I like that. Actually, I took the blade out of this one. This is my Cobalt one, because I really, this is the type of knife that I have a Husky one too. But I like these with that you put the blade in at the end there. That's my favorite kind of knife, because then you break them or you get them dull, you just change the blade out. Yeah, so pretty sweet. I like them, but anyway, yeah, the Bourbon Moth bourbon blade is pretty sweet. You should check it out. And then I haven't been able to watch the Jonathan Katz-Moses one on it, where he goes, I guess, a lot more into the technical side of the building it and all that. But I'm looking forward to watching that, because that stuff's, I like to see how the sausage is made and like the thoughts that go into stuff like that. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, but that's it right there. Pretty sweet. All right. Well, that was it. That's all I had there. Did we not do all of? We did not do.
But real quick.
What? Oh, Jenny.
You could get 4 Jennies for the price of one of those knives.
Oh, there you go.
True.
Yep. I think I would buy 4 Jennies.
You could get 4.4 of those, but if Cody's wants to send you just under half of one, he could.
well, after you pay for shipping,
shipping,
it's a little bit closer to just the 4. So
okay,
you do have a little bit of shipping you have to do.
4.1. He'll send you 1/10 of one.
A little bit of the scrappings from the
The shavings.
The shavings.
Yeah. So cool. All right. Well, so we've had 3 hashtags tonight. We had Cody Rocks. We had Cody Gives 0 Flutes. And we've had the O Jenny. So I hope everybody's put those in. Can you all hear that? That was my dogs are running, I guess, above me. It sounds like a herd of elephants. Holy cow. That was a lot. All right. I'm trying to go present here. Let's see here. So people have until I get over there to hit the button. Let's see here. To get there.
And there's 33 people with 16 likes. So
nice.
14 people should
yeah, it'd be nice if you hit.
Go find that thumbs button.
There you go. All right, and let's see here. We're going to bring up the screen here. Boom, there it is. It's the O Jenny. And I'm trying to get over there. We're going to draw it right now. There we go. Let's see who wins it. See, this is a good thing. I don't have to actually send this out. This is being sent out by Cody, so it'll go out on time. Hey, Troy Pitcher on it. Hey, good deal, Troy.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Let us know how it goes. So, so quick little flub up of a story for you guys. So we gave away the couple bits during our 1-year birthday, and I forgot to order the bits for Dan.
Whoops.
And Danny or Denny. Ironically, they both emailed me at the same time, just saying, "Hey, checking in." And I was like, "Oh my God, I completely forgot to order them." So I thought I did, and so I had not. So I ordered them, and so Cody's going to be sending those out to those guys, and probably Troy's at the same time. So good deals. Troy, send Cody an email, or you can send it to me and I can forward it over with your address, and we'll get that O Jenny sent out to you, buddy. So congratulations. All right. Well, that was it for the evening. Mr. Paul, do you have anything else for us this evening?
Nope. I'm just going to try and be productive this coming week, and don't hold me to it, but I'm going to try.
I can't hold you to it if I can't hold myself to it. So
Hope you have better luck with your solar panels.
Oh yeah. It's ugly. It definitely ugly. Mr. Hammerquist, anything from you, sir?
Have a good one.
DHammermaker.com.
Master of the layers.
There you go.
No, everyone have a good weekend. Go pre-order Ojini.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Mr. Sean, anything from you, sir?
Gonna take it easy this weekend. Working on arcade. That's about it.
Nice.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Enjoy yourselves. That's it for me too. Hopefully we'll have a good one and we'll go from there. So I guess until next time.
Pre-orders on the Jenny.
Yeah. Get your Jennies. If you didn't win, because there's a bunch of people out there that participated and didn't win, make sure you go over to jennybits.com and order yourself some Jenny Bits.
And make sure to use the promo Jenny or OJ.
OJ.
O space J.
There you go. There you go. All right, party people. Well, until next week, episode 51. Thanks for the first 100,000 subs. Subway does have more, and we'll go with the next one next week. So until then, peace out, sauerkraut. I hit the button. I really
Bye.
did.